I don't have any personal experience with this, but I've had cases. Just hang on for a minute. There's no points for hands up. Am I right that you do a lot of hair extensions and weaves and that sort of thing?
Yeah, and clip-ins and all that stuff, yeah.
And that's pretty expensive?
Yeah, really expensive.
You're saying to me that you also have hair extensions on today?
Yes, there's some in here, darling. It's a masterpiece.
Excuse me?
Yeah, there's some in here in my hair.
Let me tell you, the only person that calls me darling owns half of my property. Do you understand?
Oh, darling, I'm sorry. Oh, dear Judge, my apologies.
Yeah.
We're friends, let's smile.
We're not. No. Don't confuse my smile with friendship. Yes?
Parting.
Now, you're quite clear about that?
Yeah, hashtag.
Excuse me, what?
I am.
You said something hashtag.
Hashtag.
What does that mean?
It's just like, just put in front of all the words you say. Hashtag like winning, hashtag champion.
Is that like hashtag your case is moronic?
No, never.
I see. Now, Nikki,
Yes.
you worked in a hairdressing salon.
That's correct.
Doing weaves and that sort of thing. How long did you know Sorel before you ended up going into business with her?
I've known her for like 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Well, what was the quality of the friendship like?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I'd give her 7 or 8.
What was the problem with the other 3 or 2? I mean, would you argue terribly?
She's just very, like, stubborn. And I'm very happy and friendly and smiling, you know? Let's be great. And I believe in sunshine, you know?
You believe in sunshine?
Yeah.
Well, yes, I
think...
think...
the great part of life. You know, she's very serious and very, like, you know, very stern, I should say.
I can't work out what you're trying to do. Is that some shoulder action or is it a contemporary dance?
Oh, darling, I'm just swaying and shimmying because I'm just shining, honey. I'm loving the light you're giving me today. Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're what? You're loving the light?
Yeah, hashtag lights, honey. I'm shining, honey. I'm an Oscar, honey. I'm as gold as an Oscar.
Are you quite well, Sorel?
I'm amazing today.
Some people are intimidated by court.
Oh, honey, not me, honey. I took her on a challenge, honey. Hashtag... hashtag Michelle!
Drab.
You what? Sorry, Michelle?
I feel a bit drab in comparison.
Oh, thank you, Michelle.
She's just a handful.
Ian, this is a very interesting case. This is about a breach of copyright because you run tours, and I'm going to call them ghost tours, and you're going to explain to me what they are. And especially, you run them under the auspices of a professional name. And that professional name is?
Flecky Bennett.
Flecky Bennett?
Yep.
Why Flecky Bennett?
It was actually... the character was based on a cinema in Preston.
Right.
It was a dirty old cinema.
That was frightening.
Yeah. And the guy that run it looked a bit like that.
I see. Was it called Flecky Bennett?
No, it was called Bennett Cinema.
Right.
But the old name for dirty and full of fleas and rats was Flecky.
I see.
So I called the character Flecky Bennett and created this monster.
Oh, good Lord. Talk me through a tour with you. I arrive, then what happens? What are you dressed up as?
You're greeted by Flecky Bennett. I've got sound effects, lighting effects on my person.
Right.
I greet the audience and I get the audience to act out the stories.
Right.
So each story that I tell, I'll pick on somebody out the audience, the ones who aren't looking at me are looking at the floor, drag them out, make them do the performance. Lasts for an hour and a half, take them around the back streets, and at the end, I talk about the devil that was summoned in Manchester.
The devil was summoned
The devil was summoned at Chetham's Library in Manchester.
Right. By who?
By Dr. John Dee.
Right. He summoned the devil in Manchester.
Yep. There's a hoof print scorched on a table inside Chetham's where the devil stood. And at that point, I turn into the... and at that point, I turn into the devil.
What?
Well,
let me tell you, I never thought... How does that happen?
I have red eyes...
Do you have a picture of this or a video of it by any chance?
Yes, the video that I brought in that
Splendid. Let's have a look. Can we play the video?
Hello, my friends. My name is Flecky Bennett. Join me above ground for the Manchester Ghost Walk or down in the underground. I'll be waiting for you.
Was that sort of an homage to a particularly demonic pirate?
I think it looks a bit like Blakey off on the buses, really. But yeah, it's a strange character.
He's a sort of strange character.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yeah, and a devil tail comes out of the back of my pants, and I end up as a devil.
So you tell them this story, and at the end, what happens? Do they faint?
Sometimes, yeah, I've had people be sick. But I basically
wait. You've had people...
Yeah,
You've had people throw up?
Yeah, I've had people be sick.
Before or after the tour?
At the end. they're not upset it's ended, that they're actually physically sick.
What happens? Do they go, ooh, what's the devil noise? I just wondered.
Well, it's this. I have dialogue from Vincent Price coming out on my costume. I have.
What noise does the devil make? I just thought I should know, just in case he ever appears in my courtroom.
I think you can't go on with.
What do you say is the main connective tissue between him over there, Eddie, and Elvis?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Well, you did say something.
Well, he does Elvis, but...
No, you said they both have a penchant for eating burgers.
Well, that too.
Now, it seems to me, Eddie, that there are some good aspects to this. You've certainly got the lip that he did. I saw it before.
Yeah.
Yes. But having seen this video and looked at it in my chambers, I was mildly surprised in this regard. From what I can gather, Elvis's early life was in the southern states of the United States, correct?
Yeah.
So he definitely had that sort of slightly southern drawl, yes?
Yeah.
When you introduce your song to the audience...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of less blue suede shoes and more Tetley tea. Do you understand what I mean?
Well, there's a reason for that, and that's because I'm known as the Yorkshire Elvis.
So instead of saying, thank you very much, you might say, hey, lad, thank you. There ain't nothing like a hound dog. Crying all the time. That sort of thing.
That's quite correct. Yeah.
In addition to your being attracted to Nick, you've got married and you've had a daughter, as I understand it.
Yeah, and a son.
Had a son. And you've been more or less, and I use the word more or less, happy for the nearly 4 decades, until a few years ago. That's basically right to say, isn't it, Deb? Nick, I understand, looking at you, Deb, but I'm talking to Nick, there is a love of your life, Nick, correct?
Yep.
There is a passion. There is something which you have moved house over more than once. There is something, as I understand it, that you've decided not to go on holiday because of, yes? And in some instances, you've even cancelled important choices in your life to service because of your love for this particular thing. That's right to say, isn't it, Nick?
It is, yeah.
Deb, let's just brace ourselves for a second whilst you tell me what this particular thing is.
He has an obsession, which he's had for 40 years, which I managed to fuel, which is his obsession with a collection of 8,000 beer cans.
Now, just to be clear, that's not your current home, is it?
No.
That was your home. You've subsequently moved. Now, that looks like sort of an homage to an off-licence of some description. But it's not. In other words, there are bedrooms in your house. And will you tell me what proportion of the house did this make up?
No, it was the largest bedroom. He was not allowed to have them outside that room. I did put my foot down.
Just pause for a second, madam. You put your foot down. That's a bedroom.
Yes, the largest.
I can imagine some people enjoying that as a bedroom, although I can't imagine that they'd live terribly long to tell the tale. Where's the bed?
You couldn't sleep in it.
No, you couldn't have slept in it. Nick, when did you first... do you know what? There are a few moments in my career where a judge is left to look at a defendant and simply stop using any language and just go... Johnny, I know it's a challenge, but actually you've got an interesting case here, which I want to hear. So if you could do your very best just to stick to the topic. I'm just a little bit blinded by your rings over there. You haven't sort of mugged B.A. Baracus on your way here, have you?
Up against a casino.
3:30. What?
Up against a casino.
You want a cappuccino? You're in court.
Don't go again here.
What? So is there a translator of odd? No, what did you say? Because it may be important.
Up against a casino, baghetto.
Are you communicating to me in a known language, or is it a language that you've invented?
A language that I've invented.
That you've invented. Excellent. Yes, yes, that'll be terribly helpful.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. About as useful as a fart in a spacesuit, sir. I can't help you with that. But nevertheless, now, Johnny, you're there, and it's Patrick, isn't it, sir?
Yes, Your Honour.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Patrick, you're not Patrick.
No, that's Brian.
That's Brian, yes.
Yeah, that's Patrick.
Now, when I refer to Patrick, Brian, you're going to have to stand still and just assume, for argument's sake, I am in fact referring to Patrick.
Yeah.
All right?
Yes.
Excellent. Wibble wobble, wibble wobble. Johnny, in your language, that means stand still whilst I'm talking to Patrick. All right?
No, they cancel.
Excellent. If you enjoyed that video, then I strongly suggest clicking here for more highlights. For those of you who haven't subscribed yet, and why not, so that you never miss out, subscribe. Clicking down there, that's an order.